Hey guys, it's Lightsfire again here today, bringing you guys a settings video. I'm going to be going over the best settings for your controller, the best settings for mouse and keyboard, and graphic settings on Modern Warfare 2. Just for a disclaimer, guys, the graphic settings are on a good computer of mine. I have a 3080 Ti and a Ryzen 950, 950X. So these settings might be different for you. You might want to lower some of these settings in different areas if you don't have as good of equipment, but I also have a double PC, so it just kind of works out that I'm able to run the best graphic settings possible for my game quality and for you guys to enjoy. So let's get right into the video. All right, guys, so we're going to be running through graphic settings really quick. We're going to start off with full screen exclusive. Make sure that you guys have it on full screen exclusive for the best frames. You do not want it on anything else. Trust me, guys, this is the best gaming experience for Modern Warfare 2. Now, obviously, put your monitor at whatever monitor is, and your graphics card, whatever graphics card it is. Make sure your screen refresh rate is at the highest. If it's at 240, put it at 240. 164 is what mine's at, so I'm going to keep it at that. If it's at 60, put it at 60. Keep it at that, whatever the highest is for your computer. Guys, the only other setting that you really have to worry about in this, you can copy the rest of my settings, but I would say make sure that your custom frame rate is on unlimited. I find that that is the best for your computer. But word of caution, if you are streaming, maybe cap your frames to whatever it gets with whatever you're streaming at. But I would say that keep it at unlimited if you have a beefy or over medium to beefy computer. Now we're going to be going over to quality settings, guys. We're going to be keeping fidelity cast on. I found that that was the best upscale and sharpening. After that, you're going to be wanting to have SMA T2X, super good, and it doesn't do too much to your computer. Make sure that quality is at low and that the memory scale is at 90. Guys, also super important setting, make sure that your render resolution is at 100. Sometimes you find that your game resets it down to 30 and the game doesn't look good, so keep your render resolution at 100. Now, as moving over to details and textures, go to normal, low, short, low, off, medium, near. Now, I'm just going to go over really quick some of the stuff and why. Now, texture resolution, you're going to want your game to look good, especially if you're a content creator, streamer, or just a gamer in general, guys. I think it's super important. Normal doesn't do too much to your computer, whereas if you put it on high, it might be a lot more FPS taking. Now I also put the texture filter also on normal. I think that's pretty important. It makes the game look pretty freaking good. Now we're going to move all the way down to bullets, impact, and sprays, guys. Keep that off. I haven't really seen that I even notice it's off. So I think that it's just better. It helps your FPS, not by much, but it does. Guys, we're going to change our shader quality to medium, which is super important. I think that you want the game to look good, especially if you're trying to create TikToks, create YouTube shorts, or create videos. I think it's super important to have that. So guys, for the rest of them, we have near tessellation, terrain memory, minimum, and on-demand texture streaming off, streaming quality low, volumetric quality low, deferred physics quality off, water caustics off. Guys, again, some of these I haven't even been able to notice that they're off or low, so I think that you should just keep them off or low. Just better for your computer. Now, shadow and lighting. Normal shadow and lighting I would put for the first one, then I would do off, then I would do low, then I did ultra for this. I find that this works really good at making the map look really nice. Then I have particle lighting low, ambient occlusion off, screen space reflection, static reflection quality on high. Again, some of these things are for beefy computers, so if you find that your computer's not running super good, make sure you just lower down some of the higher settings that I have. NVIDIA reflex low latency on, off, 0. So those are the quality settings, and now we're going to be moving all the way over to view. Now under view, there's a few settings that you need to change or make sure that are the right settings. Guys, you could put your field of view, in my opinion, from anywhere from 105 to 120, and to have a good gaming experience. You'll still be able to see a lot on 100, and that's for people who like the more basic field of view that's closer to 80. But otherwise, I would highly recommend that you guys change your field of view to 120. Guys, only change your field of view from 120 to 105 or anything in between that. If you're having trouble seeing, that's the only time I've ever changed it, is if you're having trouble seeing, because otherwise you want the best and largest field of view so that you can see the most of your gameplay. After that, guys, this is the most crucial setting, especially if you are on console or if you are on just moving over to PC. What you're going to want to have is ADS field of view on affected rather than independent. This is going to make your game look a lot more balanced to your field of view rather than a lot more zoomed in as it would be on independent. So make sure you guys change that setting. It is crucial to having a good gameplay experience. Otherwise, the game feels extra clunky and it's just not as fun. Guys, for controller settings, these are pretty simple. I didn't change too much, but I do have a few crucial settings that I did change. But first, if you guys could hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, it'd seriously mean the world, and it would help me out to continue to create content like this for you guys. All right, starting off, we are going to be putting our obviously our setting on controller. If you're going to be playing controller, I would recommend using a controller. After that, you're going to be wanting to go over to flipped. I think this helps me out having the fastest reaction time with the controller. I also play claw, so it's just a lot easier for me to use my trigger finger on flipped. Again, it's personal preference. I find it's giving me the fastest reaction time. After that, we're going to be moving over to default stick layout, then no controller vibration. When it comes to aiming, guys, I found that 6.6 is the best sensitivity for me. After that, we moved to 1 ADS multiplier, guys. I didn't change that, so it's just 6.6 sensitivity, aiming down sights and looking around the map. It's been the best that I've found so far for me personally. Now, for the rest of the settings, we're gonna go down to gameplay and obviously make sure that your aim down sight is not on toggle and it is on hold. Guys, I am not using automatic tac sprint. I'm a little bit different. I'm trying something right now where automatic sprint allows me to pull up my gun faster and not have to pull down my gun and do this ginormous animation that automatic tac sprint does. I've noticed that I get killed a lot while sprinting, so I changed this setting to see if it helped me, and so far it's helped me a lot in my gameplay. For the rest of the settings, they're pretty much up to you, but I would just keep them as is. And you can also change tac sprint to automatic tac sprint, or you can turn it off. I think automatic sprint or automatic tac sprint are the two best. Moving over to advanced, guys, if you're having trouble shooting, if you're having trouble moving from one player to the next, I found that moving to the Black Ops aim assist has helped me. I'm still not sold on it completely, but default is a lot more sticky, gives you stronger aim assist, but it's harder to transition from target to target, whereas Black Ops has less aim assist, but it's better transitioning from enemy to enemy. Super, super important. I have my curve type on dynamic rather than standard and linear. That's just helped me. I've noticed that a lot of really good players have a dynamic curve type. Some do linear. I've never dabbled with it, and I might do that a little bit later today to see if I like it, but I think dynamic's probably the best that you can start out with. If you guys are having issues with dead zone, you're going to want to mess around with this stuff, but I would suggest keeping all dead zones around 0.05 if you are not having any issues. Honestly, I didn't even realize that I had this at this setting. I must have accidentally did this. And you're going to want to only mess with these two. The rest of these are your maximum. You're only going to want to mess with the minimum, because you don't want to shorten the range of your stick. You only want to adjust for where you're getting stick and rotation delay. So I would keep all of this the same. At least I haven't figured that you should change anything. Make sure that your sprint, tactical sprint behavior is on toggle. Auto move forward, I think that should be off. And the rest of this, I think that grounded mantle is something you should have off. Automatic airborne mantle should be partial, and those are the only other settings that I have changed. Everything else I've kept the same as you can. If you want to pause this, you can change your settings to mine. Now, really quickly, mouse and keyboard, we're going to be ending with this. A lot of this is preference. I found 400 DPI and 7 mouse sensitivity has been the best for me when it comes to accuracy. I've been playing mouse and keyboard on and off. I also play controller. I do both. I competed in controller and play mouse and keyboard for Warzone. So I do know what I'm talking about for mouse and keyboard. So I'm just going to show you guys all my settings here, and then we're going to be going over to gameplay and keybinds. So starting off, 7 mouse sensitivity, 1 ADS multiplier. I didn't change pretty much any of this. I didn't like either of these ADS types, so I just kept it on relative. Moving over to gameplay, I have toggle crouch, and the only thing I changed in here was the airborne mantle, which I kept on partial, and then I put automatic sprint on instead of automatic tactical sprint. And other than that, I've kept everything pretty much the same. Going over to keybinds, I'm going to quickly go over my keybinds. You guys can pause the video if you guys want to copy my keybinds. Did not change too much, but that's pretty much it. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and the notification bell for more content. Guys, I'm trying to post semi-frequently so that you guys can get some amazing gameplay and content. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.